What do you think, the rate of reaction always remains constant? No. The rate of reaction always changes. Sometimes it becomes very fast, sometimes it becomes very slow. So next are the factors affecting rate of reaction. Factors affecting rate of reaction means we having a reaction. Again you are thinking that ma'am, always taking an example, reactant changes into product, R changes into product. We want to find out more and more product. We want that our product formation is maximum. Then how can we increase the rate of formation of product? This chapter is very useful for the industrial purpose, for the manufacturing of substance. So we have deep knowledge about the factors affecting rate of reaction. The reactant R changes into product P. What are those factors which increase the rate of formation of product? First, the very important is concentration of reactant. Concentration of reactant. More the concentration of reactant, more the formation of a product. For example, if I am burning paper, if burning of paper occur, if burning of carbon occur in presence of oxygen, then the formation of CO2. If oxygen is less, is the formation of CO2 possible? If carbon is reacting with oxygen, then the formation of CO2, and in that reaction the oxygen is present in small amount. Is it possible the formation of CO2? No, because if we having small quantity of oxygen, then the formation of CO2 is not feasible. It means the formation of CO2 depend upon the concentration of reactant. So the concentration of reactant, more the amount of reactant we have, more the rate of reaction, more the rate of reaction. We can say rate is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. We can say the rate is directly proportional to concentration of reactant. Second, temperature. Second factor is temperature. How the temperature affect the rate of reaction? As we having two type of reaction. On the basis of temperature, we having two type of reaction. First is exothermic. And second is endothermic. On the basis of temperature, we having two type of reaction. First is exothermic and second is endothermic. In case of exothermic reaction, the rate of reaction always decreases as we increase the temperature, because this reaction is always, this reaction is already a exothermic reaction. Next is endothermic reaction. In endothermic reaction, the rate always increase with increase in temperature. As we increase the temperature in case of endothermic reaction, the rate always increases. The most important thing, every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of a reaction becomes double. Stop. Let's start with the next topic, factor affecting the rate of reaction. Let us consider the same reaction, reactant changes into the product. On which factor the formation of product depends? The first is the concentration of reactant. If we having more the amount of reactant, we have the more the rate of reaction. Means let us consider an example, the formation of carbon dioxide. For the formation of carbon dioxide, we require two reactant, first is carbon and second is oxygen. Let us consider we having the lesser amount of oxygen is present in atmosphere. I am speaking again that carbon react with oxygen, then the formation of CO2. Let us consider that the amount of oxygen is less in our surrounding, then the formation of CO2 is possible? No. If we having less amount of oxygen, then the less amount of carbon react with that particular oxygen, then the formation of CO2. We can say that if we want to be more product, that time we having the more amount of reactant. हमें जितना भी प्रोडक्ट चाहिए उसके लिए हमें उतनी ही अमाउंट किसकी चाहिएगी, रिएक्टेंट की. If we having the more amount of reactant, that time we having the more amount of product. So we can say the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. If we having the more concentration of reactant, we having the more product. Second, the temperature. On the temperature, the rate of reaction also depend. On the basis of temperature, we having two type of reaction. First is exothermic, second is endothermic. Exothermic reaction are those reaction in which the amount of energy released whenever any reaction completes. The exothermic reaction are those in which the amount of energy released whenever the reaction complete. In this type of reaction, the rate of reaction always decrease as we increase the temperature, because this reaction already releasing the amount of energy. So the rate of reaction become low. The second type of reaction is endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction are those reaction in which the amount of energy required to complete the reaction, whenever any reaction is completed, there is requirement of energy. All these categorized reaction are known as endothermic reaction. In these reaction, the rate always increases with increase in temperature. If we increase the temperature, the rate always increases in case of endothermic reaction. This is the general thing. Every 10 degree rise in temperature, the rate of reaction becomes double. If we have any reaction, कोई भी reaction हमारी surrounding में occur कर रही है, but the condition is that reaction should be endothermic. अगर हमारे पास कोई भी endothermic reaction है और हम चाहते हैं कि उसका rate increase हो जाए, then we increase the temperature. If we increase 10 degree Celsius temperature, if we increase the 10 degree Celsius temperature, the rate of reaction becomes double. Means the rate of reaction of that particular reaction becomes 2 times. Third, on which factor the rate of reaction depends? Third, it depends on the nature of reactant and product. Nature of reactant and product. If reactant is highly reactive, then the formation of product is occur. For example, if NO react with O2, then easily the formation of NO2 occur. Then easily the formation of NO2 occur. Same, carbon monoxide whenever react with oxygen, that do not easily gives CO2. It not easily give CO2 because this is more reactive as comparison to CO. Means the rate of reaction depend upon the nature of reactant and product. If any reactant is highly reactive, then the rate of reaction is fast. Fourth, on which factor? The presence of catalyst. Presence of catalyst. The presence of catalyst. What is catalyst? Catalyst is a chemical species. Which alter the rate of reaction. Alter means change. The catalyst is a chemical species which alter the rate of reaction without consuming itself. Means if we having presence of catalyst, then the rate of reaction increases. For example, nitrogen plus hydrogen in presence of Fe2O3, then the formation of ammonia. In absence of this catalyst, the reaction takes so much time to complete, means to complete the formation of ammonia. If we having Fe2O3, then the reaction become fast. This catalyst increase the rate of reaction. This catalyst increase the rate of reaction. We having these four factors. First is concentration of reactant. More the concentration of reactant, more the rate of reaction. Second is temperature. If we having exothermic reaction, the rate of reaction decreases with increase the temperature. If we having endothermic reaction, the rate always increases with increase in temperature. The third is the nature of reactant. More reactive the reactant, I am writing here, more reactive is the reactant, more the rate of reaction. Clear? Next, fourth is the presence of catalyst. If we having some catalyst, that always increase the rate of reaction. I hope this is clear. Please write down. In further chapter, we study in detail three things: concentration of reactant, temperature and presence of catalyst. These three factors we study in detail because these three factors give the detailed study of any chemical reaction. And the fifth point for this is, that is not so important, but I am telling you, that is presence of sunlight. Presence of sunlight means in our surroundings some reaction are present which always occur in presence of sunlight. If sunlight is not present, the reaction will not occur. For example, the decomposition of silver chloride, it not occur without the presence of sunlight. Means there is a factor which increase the rate of reaction is presence of sunlight. Yeah, we can say photolight. Photolight means the reaction which occur in presence of sunlight. If sunlight is not present, the reaction will not occur. For example, AgCl in presence of sunlight changes into Ag plus Cl2. In absence of sunlight, this reaction will not occur. All these five factors which influence the rate of reaction, but the concentration of reactant, temperature and presence of catalyst we study in detail. So let's start with the detailed study of concentration of reactants. The concentration of reactant, very important point. This tells us about the molecularity, this tells us about the order of the reaction, this tells us about the